In today's video, I'm going to talk about the counselling sessions involved in egg donation in Australia. There's a huge emotional aspect to the process. Since I'm married, my husband also had to attend these sessions with me. Firstly, the psychologist will ask you why you want to donate eggs, as the donation itself must be purely altruistic. You can remain anonymous until the child reaches 16 years old. You can ask the clinic from time to time if there was a child born from your donation, and they can tell you the year of birth and gender of the child. There's also Jigsaw, which is a site that connects donors and donor children. You will also need to consider how this donation will affect your family. Fortunately, my immediate and extended family is incredibly supportive. My husband found it insulting that he needed to give his express written verbal consent, since he regards it as my body, my choice, but it does impact his life as well. The other thing to consider is the lack of control of how this child might grow up. They could be raised by a single-parent household or same-sex household or very religious household, etc. I could put conditions on the donation for whatever reason, but I chose not to. I have no real objection to who will receive my eggs. I just hope that the child or children grow up to be very loved and happy. The last thing to consider is what information do you want the recipient to have. Identity is a big deal, both emotionally when you're finding yourself and physically when you need to know your medical and genetic history. So I put a lot of care into these pieces of paper. They might not mean a lot to me, but they might mean a lot to the other person on the other end. After all this, there's another session a couple of months later to ensure that you have really thought about it and still want to go ahead.